Just to start, obviously you guys have been living here for a few years, but what kind of led you to taking this gig? I know, you haven't had any head coaching experience, so.
Well, what led to it is just my life destiny. Football's been my life since 6 years old. I knew I was going to play professional football. I was meant to do it, and anyone who's met me along the way knew I was meant to coach. I've had coaching opportunities for the past 5 years professionally, but I'm so doggone good at tackling people, I just kept playing football. Well, with this opportunity, with everything, with the last 2 years of just different regulations and whatnot, my wife and I, trying to plan for our future, decided that no matter what, we want to be in Wetumpka. So whatever that leads to, if that means no football in the immediate future, we were fine with that. The timing of this opportunity then just kind of fell in our laps, and we prayed about it, we were prepared for it, and we took advantage of it, and we're looking forward to this opportunity to finally be able to serve this community in this capacity. We're grateful.
I know you got hired last week, and you already said you had a team meeting already, I guess. How excited are you to get started with this team?
I'm so excited because I know what I'm going to bring to the guys. And the biggest thing I'm going to bring is just a heart to serve. Listen, I'm the guy who didn't meet one college coach in high school. I'm the guy who wasn't recruited. I'm the guy who showed up to Troy to walk on to play quarterback. Any coach I met in my life told me I wasn't good enough to play. So what these guys are going to get is a coach whose journey has prepared him to serve these guys who really do have a dream, not just to play college football, but just to prepare them with the leadership skills and qualities to be successful in anything in life after high school. That's what they're going to get with me, because my journey has prepared me to be able to serve these kids, and that's what I'm going to do.
I know you mentioned, the phrase "win in the moment," and you want to bring consistency to these kids. I guess, can you elaborate on that? I guess, how do you plan on doing that, and how does that help the kids?
What helps the kids, first of all, is the environment. When they walk in, they know that there's going to be a consistent environment. It's going to be discipline-led, but it's going to be peer accountability-led by the team, by the players themselves. I'm the guy who gives ownership. When you give ownership, then you got skin in the game. But no matter what's going on in their life, whether it's at home, at school, when we come into the football program, they know that this is how we do things. This is our identity, how we approach things. We went through that yesterday. But, yeah, you're going to hear us say win in the moment, because this is the only moment we have right now. The one talking to you, this is the moment that the good Lord has given you and I right now. Anything else doesn't matter. Champion mindset is that we execute in the moment. And we're going to just beat this drum, because it's going to be our identity. And you're going to see it on the football field, too. That's my approach to the game. The thing about my former career, I can't make up anything, too. You can go look it up. It's on film, documented for the past 17 years. And when people watch how I played the game, that's the type of identity we're going to have in this football team, which is relentless in the moment.
Well, yeah, and, this team obviously, played for a state championship a few years ago, continues playoff runs. I guess, their success with this program. What do you kind of know about the program you're taking over?
Well, what I know is that Coach Perry did an incredible job building a program here and keeping it consistent. There was consistency here to be in the playoffs, to be competitive. And just like any organization or team on any level, championships are hard to come by. They don't just happen. To be there and to think you're going to consistently be there, that's just not the way it typically works. I played 12 years of pro football. I have one championship. I mean, it's hard to get there. But what I know of the program is that you got hungry kids now. And change is a good thing. I see it in my line of work. You didn't know if you were walking in one day as the all-star, the next day you're now looking for a job. But change brings out competitiveness. And these kids, we're going to take this momentum of some change. It's a clean slate for all of us involved to be able to be at our best and to challenge one another.
Like you said, you walk on to Troy as a quarterback, then all of a sudden you go on to the CFL, the NFL as a defensive player, and had all-star, all these kind of accolades. I guess when you get to coaching these kids, are you a defensive-minded coach, offensive-minded coach? How do you kind of approach that?
I'm a culture-minded coach. We can find out where kids want to play and how in our philosophy. My philosophy is attack. That's what we're going to be setting the tone. You can do that offensively and defensively. So more it's a philosophy than it is, am I a defensive minded? Well, of course I'm a defensive minded guy. I've got 12 years of pro football defensive experience, yeah, of course. But with that being said, there's a philosophy that our offensive coaches and those who will be on staff here is going to have to adopt. That's where my footprint comes into play, and it's my responsibility to make sure that we have the right guys to be able to do that.
I know you're also going to serve as athletic director. I guess what kind of challenges and roles does that bring?
Well, the challenge is just more relationships to be able to, that I need to build and need to put time to. That's where it is. You only got so much time in the day. But the same win in the moment, this is going to be the mantra across the athletic department. It's my responsibility as athletic director to make sure that every kid who wants to play sports knows that, hey, I'll come play sports. We have this sport for you. And then on top of that, creating the best opportunity for them to be able to maximize their athletic opportunity through Wetumpka High School athletics. That's what I'm very serious about that. Whether it's the tennis program that's here, not with this, or if it's golf, as much time that they need me to put in, I'm going to put in that time for them as well. Because sports is short-lived. No matter if you make it or not make it college, or it's short-lived. There's life after sports. So it's my job, and I take it very seriously. And it's back to my journey of not having, honestly, quite the opportunity other people have had to make sure these kids have that opportunity.
Gotcha. And I guess, met with the team yesterday. Where do you go from here the rest of the spring going into the summer and fall camp?
Well, right now it's going to be in the weight room and conditioning. We have that good baseball team, so we've got several guys out there who we expect them to make a state run. Quite honestly, that's everything I'm hearing. So that's what I'm expecting. And then outside of that, we'll push back our spring camp as far as we can to be able to get all the athletes involved into our spring camp. And that's where we are. We're in the weight room right now doing the off-season grunt work, but the grunt work is what pays off come playoff time next year.
Gotcha. Yeah. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.